Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today reviewing from a Limestone Brewery based in Stone in Staffordshire. This is Stone Cutter, 3.7%, and to be honest, sometimes it's nice to have a low ABV. I know I laugh and say I like impies, but it is nice to have a low ABV. So from the very first draft, this pale ale will slake your thirst. Hmm, never heard of that word. A fusion of Maris Otter malts and Columbus, melon and Bravo hops explode on the palate as biscuit and juicy fruit flavours give way to citrus and berry hops, good hop aroma and a hoppy aftertaste. A superb summer beer. Obviously, it ain't summer, but who cares? So, good day at work, come home, done some good stuff at work today. Progress for progress sakes. Harry Potter. But yeah, some good progress at work. It's a, both sites basically like a blank canvas, even though they are an established hotel with gardens. The gardens themselves not really been looked after, not by anybody who's a gardener anyway. And so, brilliant. There we go. So, good golden pour on that. Nice subtle carbonation, half a centimetre of whitehead. Lovely fruity aroma on this. Citrusy fruit, berry fruit aroma. Not really getting biscuit, but yeah, cheers. Lovely aroma. Biscuity, citrus in the taste. Oh, that's it in the spot, that is. It's just what you need. You've had a day at work. You come home and it's our own fault because we had chicken yesterday, roast chicken. And you know the bits that you don't eat of the chicken. Got a little bowl. Gave the dog the chicken. Let's just say he's had a squirty backside, and both two of his dog beds are now in the garden, washed down and drying. Although how long it takes them to dry, that's another thing. You'll have to go in the greenhouse and dry from the greenhouse. Um, yes, yeah, not good, not good at all. Oh dear. Could have done without it. My own fault, so I've got no one to blame but oneself. It's kind of forced me on, and I wasn't going to do it in the garden tonight, but because the dog needs to be outside in case he squirts anymore, don't be eating your dinner. If you didn't know what squirting meant, well, it's like out of his back end, sort of squirting. It's not nice to see, it's not nice to smell, and it's not nice to clean up. I just got in from work and it's like, oh no. The wife's there holding her mouth and I'm thinking, why didn't you clean it up? You just waited for me to come. I won't be surprised. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't. The aroma was a touch nasty, shall we say. But anyway, back to the beer. Yes, a lovely summery beer. Nice low ABV. And sometimes, it's nice just to have a low ABV or not drink at all. Even though I like doing beer reviews and I like a beer, there's the odd day when I think, don't really bother, not bothered. And that's good because it means that, I often get people saying to me, messaging, oh, don't you think you're a bit of an alcoholic or something? And no, I'm not an alcoholic. I like a drink. There's two things. I don't wake up in the morning, I'm straight on the booze. but we'll come to that in a full-on video where I put to bed that round of comments, and hopefully anyway. So Lymestone Brewery, brewed in Stone in Staffordshire. I've actually been to this brewery 5 years ago, bought all the beers because I've always been a fan of beers right from my Sainsbury's days before I did beer reviews. And yeah, cracking brewery. I really like this brewery. Nobody else has reviewed any of their beers that I know of, at least. I don't think there's any beer reviewers in that area, or there may be, but they're just not on a as well known. I'm not sure. Don't want to put anybody down, obviously, but you know, you hear of people, and I see people's names coming up on the internet. I mean, the likes of Mersey Bears and Bullman Beer Reviews will know much more about all the beer reviewers than I ever will. Personally, I got time. My life's so busy, it's difficult to get time to even take notice, rather than, you know, it's not a case that I'm not bothered, not interested. It's just a case that I really ain't got time to worry what's out there, who's out there, and all that sort of thing. But in any case, yes, really good to be giving this brewery some kudos, because they make some really nice. There's Brad the brewer is the man behind the brewery, and yeah, you know, I've drank in their tap room bar thing. And I like the brewery shop, you know. I bought one of each that I could. Or did I buy it, or did the father-in-law buy it? I'm not sure now. I'm sure I bought something, but he maybe bought a couple more. But yeah, it was a good day out, and it was good to see new breweries. I'm always on the lookout for new breweries, and always on the lookout to review and do a kind review, hoping that the beer tastes good, obviously, because the last thing I want to do is drink beer and it's vile, and I'm doing a review, and you know, I can be as nice as I can, but my face gives the game away. If you was watching the Forest match yesterday, the first two alcohol-free, low alcohol / alcohol-free beers that I had were both absolutely awful. Yeah, I would never touch them again. Never on God's green earth. Thankfully, I wasn't reviewing them. So, yeah, really nice beer. Really enjoyed this. I'm going back out to dismantle my other side of the fence on the other side of the garden, and only to cut it and put it back up again. Take out the panels. Yeah, this is what you get when you do half a job, and then it comes back to bite you on the backside. It looks awful on their side, and so they're gonna have the nice painted side. I'm having the slightly rougher side, but my plants cover it anyway. But I'm also going to paint it grey on my side, so it's a way for me to get rid of the cedar, but also to make it so that both my neighbours' gardens, the fences that come onto my property, they look good for them. And my side's all painted up. You won't see anything that you shouldn't see. Plants will grow up. Jobs are good, and yeah, hopefully I won't have to paint it for a few years. Yeah, he says. Lovely Summery beer. Really enjoyed this. A good 4.1 out of 5 for me. And yeah, nice traditional summer beer. And that's it for this review. Cheers, everyone.